want to know, have you ever not liked who Neha has liked for herself?
When I say she has a comment about everything, that's what I mean.
Can I be honest? I do feel, and this is not a biased thing, and if you ask the men in the country, I feel Neha is so smoking hot. She deserves the best.
I was always like, oh, she's got this, why your grades like that. And my teachers in the PTA, the parents teacher meet, they would always say about my other sister, she's the top of her class, and ask her to study and not be so much into extracurricular.
I was driving to my college, I had my car, and there was another car with 4 boys in it, chasing, hooting, literally Eve teasing. I didn't do anything because I'm on the highway, so I'm driving, I wait till I come to my college, I park my car, get off the car, full on, heads on, I'm telling them. Like what?
Yeah, I think it was like we do share everything first here on a group that 4 of us
we
are
have
there.
a sibling group where everything goes and then everything gets filtered and then you decide
Yeah,
what
how
goes to
you
the
put it
parents.
to your parents is a thing that we discuss a lot.
I feel she brings that calmness kind of Aisha, and when I need that I go to her. But I think it's always like us against the world kind of thing. So it's never us against each other.
There can be nobody better than a sister. You see what I did there? Nobody. Pun intended. Well, today for the finale episode of India Gate Presents Dear Buddy, only on Bollywood Bubble, we have 2 sisters who live up to their name and the entire shosha around them. Neha Sharma and Aisha Sharma joins me for a conversation only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello guys, thank you so much for doing this. Before we began, I told her that this was supposed to happen for another thing many years ago, which finally didn't happen, and finally it's happening now, and for the finale episode of the first season.
We're pumped.
I'm like, yes, finally ye ho gaya. So before everything, this show is to celebrate buddies, and people often feel that buddies can only be friends. But when you have a sibling, that relationship starts right there. How were you guys as kids? Did you guys fight with each other? Were you like very sensitive and sensible towards each other?
I feel like if we were the same age group, like if we were like 1 year apart or something, I think then we might have had that thing. But I felt like with Aisha, although she's the bossy one, I was always kind of, more nurturing towards her. I think that's an instinctive thing for an older sibling. So that was it with her. I don't think we ever fought. I think she and my brother, who's the youngest of all, were more together, and me and my other sister were more together. We are 1 year, apart. So we had that, and I think with Aisha, we were trying to be protective, although she never needed any protection. I was like, okay, Aisha could probably protect us.
What about you? Do you think that she was bossy or you were bossy?
I think I'm the bossy one in the family. But
Oh,
she's right.
Accepted
She's
it.
very protective, and but I do feel that all siblings, and I feel sisters, there is an inherent friendship that's there.
Yeah.
Now, how close your bond is, I think, it sounds very cliche, but Neha is actually my best friend, and we are like flatmates and a lot of things that our equation has.
I love that we are on the buddy show.
Yeah.
But I want to know, how did your parents handle so many people and their energies? Because the energies must be different, right?
Oof, I really sometimes I ask my mom, how did you manage 4? Because, now people can hardly handle 1. I'm like, how did you do that? And all of us are so very different from one another.
And I think we are all very strong personalities. It's not like we are 4 kids with really different and fierce personalities. So I feel my parents, kudos to them for handling kids who are so different and very into their own.
But in what ways are you both different, and in what ways are you similar?
I mean, it's more for other people to judge. They sometimes say that we are quite similar the way we look. I don't think, first of all, we do. I love her curly hair, and that's like very different from my straight hair. Today you can't see it because it's really
It's all
proper. But when we are usual in our element, my hair's quite straight, hers quite curly. Our voices sometimes seem to be similar, though I think Aisha's got like a more deep voice. I feel like she could probably do some voiceovers because she's so good at it.
So we're different like that, but I think we're also very similar in terms of our values, and we kind of value the same things. I think we're very similar there.
Who was more studious and who wasn't?
I was like,
my brother is someone who's
my elder sister was the top of her class. My brother was the top of her class. Aisha probably might be the third, fourth, that kind of situation. And I was from third to sixth in my class. So it's not bad. It's top 10. So I was like, guys, stop making me feel like, I need help.
I think for Nayan, I have to say that when you have scholars in your family, it's a problem. Then you feel that whatever you're doing is not good enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, the problem is that there is unbelievable amount of pressure, especially for us, who doesn't have the industry pedigree and doesn't understand all that. Initially was to study is really important, like bachpan mein maar vaar padi.
Especially for our parents, it was very important. Nahi padi, but our parents always wanted the kids to be really bright. I mean, all parents want the kids to be bright, and we were really bright. So I was like, okay, now don't be like, you got 2 marks less than the topper of the class. It's okay. I mean, honestly speaking, I feel that doesn't really add on to anything in life when it comes to what you actually do with what you have. So I feel like education is it's important to be educated all around. It's not only bookish that you need to be.
Correct.
So I feel like it's like parents just feel like if you get those scores, you will kill it. But I think there's a lot that goes on.
That's true. बचपन में कभी ऐसा मतलब फाइट हुआ है जहाँ पे लगभग गई है, कटवट गई है, फट गई, मतलब सर फट गया, कुछ ऐसा हुआ है where you hit each other badly?
Not us, but this is my mother's biggest fear. She says, Aisha, control. I'm like quite out there and I don't have any care in the world. So I was driving to my college, and this is a true story. I'm an engineer. I was driving to my college. I had my car, and there was another car with 4 boys in it, chasing, hooting, literally Eve teasing. I didn't do anything because I'm on the highway. So I'm driving. I wait till I come to my college. I park my car, get off the car, full on, heads on, I'm telling them. Like, what? This is how you behave with a girl. I took them heads on. 4 boys and me. My mom is like, Aisha, you can't do this. You can't get so much in trouble. And I had no care. I was like, this is how you misbehave with women. And I was full on fighting, verbal fight. Before it could get physical, my gang's coming. So it was like that. But never with us. I think
it's scary. Come on, man. I would be like, fuck, run.
I feel she brings that calmness kind of, Aisha. And when I need that, I go to her. But I think it's always like us against the world kind of thing. So it's never us against each other.
But when you decided to get into acting, it is not something, especially when you come from an academic background, it is not something that parents also expect you to do. Were there hints that you dropped to your parents, or who did you speak to first? Because you came few years after her. So
a lot after me.
Yeah, a lot after.
There was no need for her to do any kind of groundwork on that.
I think Neha was an NIFT designer, that kind of.
I think that was in itself was not something that, because I was from a small town, my parents, there I feel like people usually become engineers or doctors and there's no third option, right? And for me to say, I mean, I did study for engineering and I was going to give my exam, but then I was like, no, this is not what I want to do, I want to be a designer. And though my rank was all India 36, so my parents were like, okay, that means there is some exam to it. And you
say that you are a mediocre student. I think you should take it back.
No, from my...
exactly.
I told you from my
Which
siblings.
Which mediocre student gets a 36 on an NIFT entrance exam?
From my siblings, there was a lot of pressure on me. But otherwise, I felt quite intelligent.
The pressure you put on yourself.
No, my
now
parents...
I'm understood. 36 and all, and please.
So when I got through, they were like, okay, I think kuch karna padta hai, and it's all India. So they felt kind of proud in the beginning. And I think that's the shift that happened. And they were okay. And then they kind of understood my work. The late hours they didn't understand for a while. But then I think the rest of it, they were kind of proud. And then 4th year onwards, films happened, which was not such a shocker because NIFT had happened before.
No, but who did you break that news first to? To your siblings, to her, or any other sibling, or to your parents?
No, obviously. I think it was like we do share everything first here on a group that 4 of us
we
are there.
We have a sibling group where everything goes and then everything gets filtered and then you decide what
how
to
you
put
it to your parents is a thing that we discuss a lot. And this is how you have to say it, and then they might have the best reaction if you say it like this. And I'm like, okay, good. And I think my other sister, who's the oldest of all, is the one who's the guru when it comes to what is the way to take it to the parents.
Yeah, I didn't have to obviously break it to my parents. I think that's something. Just being the younger sibling in whatever line Neha would have been, it gets easier because someone's already done it for you. So I didn't have to break it to my parents per se, nothing like that. Neha is already doing it, so for everything it becomes a lot easier. To start off with, you live with your sister. So, you're shielded and you're protected that way.
Talking about your relationship and the bond, we celebrate bonds here, classic bonds here. So what is it that you think makes your relationship with her and your other siblings also classic?
I think honesty.
Whoa, you read my mind. I was going to say that.
I feel this is the honesty. I mean, there's nothing that we filter when it comes to the four of us. We share it, and that's why we're so thick, because there's nothing that we're like, okay, we have to deal with this on our own. No. Whatever the hell it is, share it on the group.
Good or bad. Criticism also.
Yeah.
I think. And I think
genuinely, we do tell each other
she
when
stole
we're
my
wrong.
answer. I think what makes it a classic bond is the honesty we share. We are really very honest with each other.
What is the
or any
group name?
relationship, I think.
You really want to hear it?
Yeah.
The 4 billionaires.
Oh!
We all want to become
A billionaire, so we kept it
at
like-
some point. I mean,
So
we're
we want to
trying to
manifest it.
bust our asses and do some good shit in life to get there. But yeah, that's the plan.
You said something like whatever line Neha would have been, it would have been easier for me to like break that ground, which is true. But at the same time, do you feel that sometimes did you veer towards this profession because your sister was already an
And
actor?
can I correct you in this when you ask this? I feel like it wasn't easy for her at all. And in fact, because, like people assumed...
The pressure, of
people
course.
assumed I'm there and I probably would know a few things
Yeah,
and
I
I
would
could tell her a
come
few
to that.
things. No, because I was a nobody to tell her anything and I had no influence, So for Aisha, when she used to go to auditions, it always used to break my heart because I did the same thing and I saw her doing it and I always wanted to help her in whatever way. Of course, like I could help her with the scenes and whatever, but that's all I could do. So it's not that she had it any easier than me.
Yeah.
So I kind of saw my struggle and I saw her struggle as well.
To be fair, the difference that Neha and I have is that I come from an out-and-out modeling background. And that's something that she kind of helped me with when I was in Delhi, and she said, you need to have a body of work. In terms of modeling, there's a lot of work that I did. So you come from that modeling background and you kind of incline then on your own. And we are so different like that. Like I think there was that difference in terms of I come from a modeling background. I wanted to do a lot of like the right campaigns in terms of make the right noise, and then you venture. But I think that's also the beauty of we have that cushioning together. You do things together. You are on the journey together. So it's great fun.
I do give her a nice ear, and a shoulder when she needs. That's there. That's
and you
the
have
kind
that,
of
right?
support
That's
I
the
do.
beauty.
But do you guys share your experiences like that? Like, when you started off, the kind of rejections that you might have faced, the kind of reasons for those rejections may be very different from yours. And for you, I also was coming to that it might seem easy for somebody to have a family member in the industry, but a family member can only do that much if they don't have that influence, to be very honest, where they can control things. And my point is, but regardless of what you do, at the end of the day, people will still look at you in a certain way. People will still look at you as Neha Sharma's sister. You might wear that as a badge of honor, which is amazing. But when people say it in a different way, does it bother you? Because at the end, we are all human beings.
It doesn't bother her, it bothers me. Because every time she says, it's okay, you are my sister, I'm like, dude, but the thing is, it's unfair because I see her struggles and that bothers me because I'm like, it's unfair for people to say those things because I don't see her having any advantage of that.
Yeah.
I wish I could do things for her and, be a person of influence and help her in any way whatsoever.
But to be fair, I feel that this
I know
topic has
Aisha
been
feels
discussed,
different.
So much. To be fair, I feel completely different on it because I feel if you are sensible enough and you do your homework, you'll know how much influence they are. I'm not in a position to make things happen for me.
Yeah.
It has to be my journey. So I don't have an advantage like that. Do I have an emotional advantage? A huge one.
Of
But
course.
like I said, I would have that if she was in any line.
Exactly.
But I feel that, so I don't have any problems.
See, I do believe that it's not easy for anybody. Whoever has started on their own and whoever is starting just because they have somebody in the same field. You have to prove yourself any which way. And nothing can take you from there. It is, मतलब वो हमने एक हवा बना के रखा है, and it's very easy for chatter.
Yeah.
That's why it becomes a chatter. People sometimes tend to overlook that actors can also be human beings, and they can have the same emotions. Like I don't like reading some of the comments, and it can affect me. So that's why I wouldn't go and make such a comment even as a journalist or as a reporter on somebody else's personality. Nowadays, what is happening because of social media, that more than your art, your personalities get attacked on social media. Have you ever dealt with that? And how have you guys anchored each other through those difficult emotional trying times?
Honestly, I feel like, touch wood, I feel like my fans and supporters have been really lovely. From the beginning, I feel like I didn't have a PR. I didn't do the right things, which I am responsible for. But I felt a huge encouragement from my fans always, and I felt like they were always supporting me when the films were not doing well, and that really helped me. And now with social media, I think it's one-on-one in the good way for me.
True.
So I feel I love that. Of course, there are a few trollers always and everywhere, and I feel like they have no work. And I know that उनका काम ही है उनको जाके negative लिखना है, because if you write something negative, then you get a lot of chatter about it. So they feel important, and I
True.
feel like that's the thing they are indulging in now, and I just ignore them.
I enjoy the trolls a lot. I read the comments and I'm like, it's hilarious. I wish they put this energy into something else.
That's
You know,
true.
there's this trolling and I come home and I tell her, look at what they've written. It's so rubbish and ridiculous. It has no truth to it, okay? I'll tell you the most recent one I loved. There's some video of someone as coming from a dance class and somebody's taken a video and they said, look at that body, so hot abs. The comments are, कोई आयशा को बोले सांस तो ले ले फिर abs नहीं दिखेंगे. I'm actually talking to the media and laughing and waving. How am I holding my breath? So they write, I'm like, put your brains to it. Someone is saying she's holding her breath so hard so that her abs can be seen.
For
So
sure,
some
but-
comments I find hilarious, but honestly on my social, I have a very supportive fan base, like Vishik said, and that's where I think social media has become so important also.
But there are times when you are emotionally down with whatever, it can be anything, can be professional, personal reasons. How do you anchor each other? And do you remember the last time something happened where you guys have
I think
pulled
that
each other
that
through?
happens very often. I mean, when it's work, there's a work discussion that goes on. I said, okay, this is the meeting that happened, and this was something that was told to me, and maybe I'm not getting this part, and the reason is not what I audition is, a couple of other things that go, you know how it is. So I do come back and I do have a sob story to say, and then she's like, oh, come on, you're not the only one who's going through this. There are a million other people who are going through this. And that kind of feels good. You're like, okay, the good thing that I feel for me is like personal level, if there's anything that I feel, I always, like I told you, there's a group, a family group where all the 4 siblings do chat up about everything, and we do have time. I don't know how we manage this, but we do have time to talk about everybody's problems and everything that everyone's going through at that point. Especially me and my brother, we kind of talk every morning and every evening, which is ridiculous.
But I think we are kind of where we are so different, Neha and I, but where we are really similar. We anchor each other through everything.
Coming to boys, do you guys have any opinion on anybody you guys have been dating?
Yes.
Like, okay, I don't like this person.
Yeah, all the time. Aisha has an
I
opinion
have
about
an opinion
everything.
about everything.
Have
About her, about men for sure. I have an opinion
Aisha
about
has an
everything.
opinion about everything.
And we have such different tastes, and it's a lot of fun. So I have a lot of opinion.
No,
on
but I want to know, have you ever not liked who Neha has liked for
Yeah,
herself?
yeah. Aisha has a, when I
See,
say she has a comment about everything, that's what I mean. Man. She's
Can I be honest? I do feel, and this is not a biased thing, and if you ask the men in the country, I feel Neha is so smoking hot. She deserves the best.
I mean,
So
I feel like my
always-
sister's biased, guys. Before
No,
anyone judges
I'm not
me.
biased. So I always feel that Neha, you deserve like someone like, I don't know, like a Timothy Chalamet walking in, and
Oh
Neha
my
deserves
God,
someone like
but-
that. So I always have an opinion.
She's too nice to me.
So then you have not liked most of the people she's
I
liked?
feel that Neha should date someone who's just like my version in a male form.
Yeah, like an Aquarian who's crazy.
I feel that she should date an Aisha in a male form. So I was like, you want
Yeah,
someone like
I
me.
feel like it's important to have that yin and yang. I feel like if you're someone who's very controlled and
True.
whatever, you need a free spirit.
But did you stop dating those men because
No,
Aisha
of course
didn't?
not. Of course not.
How would that work?
But that would happen.
That
in a
never
lot of-
happens.
That never
I am
That's
gonna-
just commenting, and I'm like,
Off camera,
huh.
I'm going to tell you the one person who's come on this like a similar show and told me that they did stop talking to a guy because the sister
That's
shits
bullshit.
on that person.
Well, that's
really-
crazy.
that's
That's
crazy.
ridiculous
That
if
doesn't
someone's
happen.
done it.
Yeah.
The best bit is the person continues dating and you still continue commenting.
And I'm like, why are you wasting your energy? Because that's not going to change anything.
I've seen so many friendships crumble because of relationships. Let's be honest. Like I've seen people drift apart because they fell in love and then the friendship stopped mattering.
Because you don't have time. Is
Yeah,
that
so
because
so I don't want that. I don't want to be that person to my friends. So I always make sure that everybody is comfortable. I don't know, maybe it's a wrong thing, right thing, I don't know, but I am that
Yeah,
person.
even I don't know if it's a wrong thing or a right thing, but it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to date one person, then 5 people have to like that one person for me to date. That's ridiculous.
It doesn't happen.
What about your boyfriends? Do you have an opinion on her boyfriends?
I don't
I
allow
might
the room
have.
for the
I
opinions.
might have, but I've never heard, so it doesn't matter.
What is this? You don't even share who you're
No,
dating?
I don't give her the room. Like, I don't take her opinion seriously. Like, see, I'm the bossy
Like
one,
you
right?
said,
I
Nayan,
always-
you discuss. I don't think she's going to discuss with anyone. She's like, okay.
I just tell her, this is my latest crush. This is what it is. It is what it is. That's it.
Dealing with heartbreak can be very painful and difficult. But good thing is that, like you said, that you have each other by your side,
Yeah.
right? Dealing with those kind of emotional times, how do you deal with it together? Like, what are the things that you guys do or to pacify the other
I mean,
person?
I eat and if
Emotional
but,
eater.
But both of us
I'm
don't
doing that.
break up at the same time, so both of you can't be eating, right? So it's like one person. I'm eating. I don't know what
Listen,
I
you both broke up at the same
No,
time?
we didn't. So
He's
I
saying
don't
it
know.
doesn't happen.
Achha.
What
Like,
you
you
asking,
can't-
like cope up? It's not
like,
like
you can't-
we both are going through a breakup and we are
At the
waiting
same
to
time.
cope up together. It happens when it happens, right?
Then how do you cope up with it? What is your
Yeah,
defense?
this is the most wrong answer I've always given, and I'll say it again. Can I please say it? I really believe with all my heart there are plenty of fish in the sea. And I don't think if a breakup happens is not meant for you, it's not worth wasting that much time. I
उस
really
कैमरे
feel
में
it.
बोलिए आप ये बात.
I feel that
Because
plenty
a lot of
fish in the
people
sea
there
and you
should
deserve
listen.
better, yeah. And I tell that to everyone.
But that's also a good way of doing it.
Absolutely.
And you are exactly opposite.
No, I mean,
Because you're an emotional eater.
yeah,
I
of
think
course.
Neha is a very emotional person and
Yeah.
she really takes her time, which is also very beautiful. She takes her time with her emotions and deals with it.
No,
a
but
lot
I
more than
eventually
she
come
should.
to this. I come to this that this is not meant to be. There will be someone who's meant to
But it
be.
takes
So
time.
move on. It takes time. It takes time for everyone.
But I want to know, like, शादी का कभी pressure आया है कहीं से?
I feel like that's a thing with parents all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts when you're 20 also. हाँ, so क्या सोचा है? You met someone or whatever. And I've always been, no, mom, dad, when I meet someone, I'll tell you. You'll be the first one to know. And
Clearly not.
no, I mean, when I told you, when I have a ring
Clearly
on my
not.
finger,
The
they'll
siblings
probably...
are gonna be the first ones to
Yeah.
know.
They'll...
That sibling group, do they know of that group?
No.
Now they will. But thank you. On this note, we're gonna move on to the second segment. It's gonna be a fun game
Please.
and a lot of competition between the two. बहुत प्यार हो गया, अब टकरार की बारी है.
Yes.
So we are gonna see who wins this round.
Aisha's
I'm very competitive. See, we said that in Sing. I'm very
She's so
competitive. I wanna win.
competitive.
So we are back with the Sharma sisters for our next segment. It's called India Gate Presents Classic Bonds, where we are gonna test your classic friendship.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
on our
acha,
buddy
that.
meter.
Okay.
So there'll be questions about Neha that you have to answer. Now she's gonna say whether the answers are correct or not. And similarly, there'll be 5 questions about her which you have to answer. So
And
that
if we both of us get it right, then
then you'll see. We have something called the buddy meter, classic buddy meter. So for every question answered rightly, you will get 20%.
okay.
So it's a 100%
So your
buddy
body meter kind of goes
Yeah,
up.
whoever scores higher on the buddy meter gets a hamper
Oh,
from India.
Oh,
Gate.
nice.
Yes.
Ooh, la la.
Okay. It's not
now,
like Khali.
now
you get
she
it.
gets even more excited because there's
Yeah.
a hamper involved.
But you're competitive.
Very.
Oh,
Very.
good lord! I can never win anything.
In games, especially, I'm very competitive.
Which is the last game you played?
Catan.
And how did you both fare?
As a
she
winner,
wins. Obviously, she's not going to let me live if she doesn't win.
Really?
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
sulk when you lose?
She doesn't lose because she'll do everything to win. I don't
I'm a
think you get it.
competitive player. Anyways, let's begin your buddy
Oh, wow.
And
Who
we
should we
find
go
out.
first with then? So Aisha's favorite actor is...
So I'll have to really think hard.
There are
at
too
this
many fish in the sea. You
Too-
can't help.
No, too many fish in the sea because that's the problem. She'll keep like, okay, today is this one, tomorrow is someone else, and I get confused. I'm like, at first it was Ryan Gosling, now okay, Ryan's like not doing too many films, okay, fuck Ryan, then someone else comes into the
It's
picture.
absolutely correct.
But Hindi
Ryan
or
Gosling
Hindi?
also is correct.
Correct? I'll give you the point, but still Hindi.
I think
Like an Indian film actor.
Shah Rukh Khan ना वो doubt ही नहीं है.
Correct.
Okay, second one. Her favorite cuisine.
She hates Thai. Let me clarify this. She can eat anything but Thai, and her favorite is Italian.
It is correct. And it's a very easy question. What is happening?
No, I know everything about
She's
you,
got
so I'm like,
correct.
how will this work?
40% already.
What rubbish, easy questions you're asking. It's such a bias.
No, but
Buddy
you have to
meter.
know the person to know these things. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
But you will also get such questions.
Correct.
Third one. What is her exact Instagram following right now?
2 point something so that she becomes a 3. I remember she was saying I have to be 3 soon. No, this I don't know.
But say anything.
I don't know if I'm
Plus
off.
minus 2 is allowed.
But we'll give her, she
2.8.
said. Yeah,
2.8.
okay. Fair enough.
2.7 is the correct answer, but
Yeah, and it's correct
That's
because
close,
you
huh?
never know. The insights are
Yeah,
much higher, and
yeah.
even when you're about to be any number.
Yeah, I
it's
remember
very
she
good.
was like I have to be 3.
60% already. What is happening?
You're
She's gonna-
biased.
Okay, what was the character name in Satyameva Jayate?
Okay, I'm winning this one. There's no way she knows that.
Don't say that. I know you were a doctor.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put na. She was not even a doctor,
and-
she was a vet.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was
which
going
is
to say.
amazing.
An animal doctor, which
Yeah.
I knew. Now I have to say the name.
You don't know the name. There is no way. You know why? Not because it's my character name. I cannot remember her own character names. It's Shikha.
Shikha.
And there's no way you were getting it.
Shikha, no,
you
I
were
wouldn't
not
get
getting
it.
it. Yeah.
Chika's not someone I'll remember. Sorry. It's
Okay.
not a cool name.
Her favorite holiday destination?
Currently Paris, because I think she loves it.
Correct. Correct.
80%. Now it's Neha's questions and Aisha will answer. Her favorite heroine, like one person she really is inspired by.
Hindi, I have to say?
Yeah.
Madhubala.
Correct.
Oh wow. Madhubala.
I love her.
You're
I
an
mean,
old soul, na?
I'm an old soul. I mean, I really wish I was younger. I feel like I'm 80, but it's okay. I mean, it's okay. Thanks, Aisha.
Best friend ka naam, Neha.
Best friend ka Aisha.
True.
My
I mean,
brother.
unless you count my other 2 siblings also.
Your
you
brother,
got,
my
it can't be
brother. My
only
brother
you,
is a
but-
best friend, to be fair.
No. I discuss more with you now, technically, because you live
She
with
doesn't
me.
have a real best friend.
Her Instagram following right now, same 0.2 का difference हम लोग मानेंगे.
Yeah, 0.2 का difference ना? 14.5.
7 is
I
the
was,
right answer.
I was just about to say 14.8 भी हो सकता है.
But 14.7 is the right answer. So I
She
have to give
said,
it to
what
her.
did she say?
14.5.
Give it to her.
14.7 also.
60% already. What was her character name in the movie Crook?
She doesn't know
I
her
don't
own
know
character
the
name,
name.
so I need a different question.
Even I don't know.
She doesn't know.
But I know this one.
Shivani.
Because I would fight for
Shivan?
it. It can't be Shikha.
Shivani has a-
No, Shivani nahi. But
Suhani, see Shivani. Shivani and Suhani are so close. I should get
I was
this.
going to guess Sanjana.
excuse me.
Shivani and Suhani are so close.
Yeah, but we can't give it to you because
They
you
can't.
cheated.
Okay, fine.
So it's okay. So both of us, oh my god, Aisha's not
60%.
winning this. Oh my
And
god.
the last one food item that she hates.
She's allergic to nuts. She cannot
yeah.
have all the nuts. So she's allergic to nuts, so she can't have nuts. I get that. And she loves food, so there's nothing she really hates. But
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
allergic to
I'm
nuts.
not allowed to eat it. I mean,
Can we come
I
to
could
the
eat
tie-
everything.
Can we come to the tiebreaker? I want to win this.
It's 80% for both of you.
Honey, you wanted to win this, and
But it's a tiebreaker.
you're tied with me on this.
What rubbish, Suhani, Shivani, I got it.
It's quite high for both of you.
Ah.
But we are very nice and kind people. So regardless of who would have won, we would have gotten hampers for both of you. So this is for you from India Gate.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank
this
you,
is
Nan.
from,
Thank you for having
from
us.
India Gate. And
for having
I
us.
hope
nice.
now Neha can go back home,
Yeah.
prepare some amazing biryani, pulao,
You've actually given us a lot of biryani stuff happening.
and pulao, biryani, everything, and you can eat.
So
but
sweet.
thank you so much
Thank you for having us.
doing this. I genuinely feel that there's been like a really good episode, and it's a good closing to the first season of Dear Buddy. And I hope to see you again very soon.
Yeah.
in
And this
different
time make
spaces
it happen.
Yeah.
Like you did this one, but the other
Yeah.
time
We need to have another episode because I need to win.
Thank
Good
you
luck,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for
To
having us.
more friendships and love.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hi guys, this is Neha Sharma,
Hi everyone, this is Aisha Sharma.
and you're watching us on Bollywood Bubble.
Like, share, and subscribe.